Alright, I think we're back. Refresh the page and stuff. Probably play like an ad. Are we alive? Can someone in chat tell me if we're alive? Oh no, it looks like we're alive. Okay, cool. Alright. Force them to block. I guess they could actually just chump block with a zombie here. That's kind of funny. Don't like the equip. Yeah, I realized that it doesn't actually force them to like block. But it does like force them to actually start like actually doing stuff. We could almost take the sword off of it, but not quite. I guess we just want Ballista at this point. Opponent's plan is to try to get this Lily ult, I guess. But we can start like we can like just play this for 3, ping down the zombie, force the chump on the Grave Titan, and then get infinite spirits and kill them before they get to 7 here. Oh, they're milling. Oh, Engineered Plague. That would have been a good draw. That would have been a rough one. Did not want to see Engineered Plague on the other side when I have a Howled Spirit Keeper in play. Maybe I'm just prelating on 3 here? We're no longer dead, right? This thing's at 3. Prelate on 3. I can actually just pop my Spirit Keeper here. If I attack with Spirit Keeper and they block with a zombie, I can then move the sword to the Prelate, and the Spirit Keeper with 2 damage marked on it will explode into 1,000,000 spirits, right? And then Prelate on 3 should lock up everything besides casualties, and I want to lock up like Deluge / more Engineered Plagues, because I know they have Engineered Plague in their deck. I don't know if they have stuff like casualties. So that seems to me like the best line. Rather than like Ballista for... I could also like Ballista for 2. I think I'm just going to make infinite spirits and kill them, right? Probably on 1 for Dread of Night. I don't know if they have Dread of Night. Like, I guess Probably on 1 also turns off like their cantrips that they could have. So maybe Probably on 1 is better. Because they could like cantrip into stuff if they find like Ponder or whatever, Brainstorm. Maybe Probably on 1 is better. Yeah, maybe Probably on 1 is better. We have seen Engineering Plague. We have not seen like Deluge or anything. And Probably on 1 turns off cantrips. So I actually do kind of like that.
Hello. Did you feed the cats?
No.
Okay. I was wondering if they were just being affectionate.
Infinite spirits! That's a pretty hefty number of spirits. Are you dead, opponent? Oh no, the Engineered Plague! Chat talked me into the wrong play! No. I did actually like the choice of 1 more than 3, anyway. What do you want? I don't know what you want.
Water.
It's empty.
Oh no! How dare you?
Alright. Could have put like the sword on a. No, I couldn't have put sword on a spear. I didn't have enough mana. That killed. This doesn't kill them, right? This attack because they can like they have these zombies to block with on the ground. It was like 7. They haven't used this Lily either yet, right? They can ping off the recruiter. Yeah, we're like 2 mana off of like pinging down double zombie and killing them with the prelate. We would need to draw. We can't draw like Wisp and a land either. Are we dead if we play Skull here? No, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We go to 8 if they hit the. And if this is a blocker. Actually, yeah, and we're killing another zombie. Maybe Skull is better to try to set up lethal. Rather than... If I Ballista for 3, we're almost assuredly dead. Opponent can just start leaving up too many zombies. Do I attack with the Sanctum Prelate? Because it kills, it clears the zombie, so if my opponent decides to like not attack with Grave Titan, we do have lethal. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If they plus on this, it's oh no, if they plus on this, it's -2, -1, right? So I'd only gain 2 life. So I actually would die if I attacked. I'd gain 2 less life here. So I'd go to 7. I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we cannot attack. Oh, hang on, did I target my Karakas there? I might have. Alright, well, we'll hope my opponent attacks for lethal, and then we draw a land, and we can, like, Ballista down 2 zombies and kill them. They know I have a Ballista in hand, though, so they're probably not that dumb, right? Might be able to, like, life gain race the Grave Titan, though, if we just, like, suit up the Prelate at that point. I guess the Grave Titan does have Death Touch, though. Guess we'll find out. But yeah, double Engineer Plague, I'm pretty sure my opponent is not on Dread of Knights. Can also use Ballista to clear Strix. Yeah, if we need to, but... Yeah, attacking with just Grave Titan's pretty free, because I just have to chump with the... I could clear it by double blocking. Then what am I doing, though? I'm just dying to these Strix, right? I go up to 9, down to 6. I play 1, 2, 3, 4. I can play Ballista for 1 and equip it with the Skull, actually. And just have a 5/5 versus my opponent. Oh, hang on, no. Because we have a 5/5, which would go down to a 3/4 or a 6 life, so we're at 3 life. No, we'd still be dead. We'd block here, go to 9, go down to 6. That would be exactly lethal, right? I'm burning my clock a lot. I guess my opponent is too. Prefer attack for Brazilian. That's fair. Especially because they can't block it this turn. Yeah, I think this is the better block. They could quad block the Sanctum Prelate, maybe? That might actually kill me. Not positive. Go to 12, kill 3 things, then 7, 8, 9, 10. It'd be basically dead. Because we couldn't play Ballista to follow up either. Nope. Alright, sure. Alright, I can't play that. Oops. It's a big ol' Sanctum Prelate. One, two, three. We have 7 mana. We need a lot more if we want to, like... We need to get this Ballista down. The issue is that's going to be very hard, so I'm pretty sure my opponent can just attack with 3 Strix and Grave Titan again. We'll be at a much more comfortable life total at that point, though. Ooh. This is better for me. Alright, is the plan just play Ballista for 4? And then hope that that kills them? Oh, my opponent said like 3 different things, I just wasn't looking. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have Force of Will. Nope. Yeah, the Lily +1 does mess it up a little bit, so I don't think we can attack. I think we're just still sitting here. But it gets us very close to... No, it doesn't mess us up, right? Because we can just do it... We can just kill them on their upkeep, right? We just pump into a 6/6, even if it's a 4/5. We just kill them on their upkeep. Cast this Deep Analysis, opponent. Does your library still contain Crusader? No, they Diabolic edicted my Mirror Crusader like a million turns ago. This many turns ago, I guess. But yeah, if they don't have anything, I think we win. Snap. Oh dear. Can they snap something scary? They can snap Brutality to stay alive. Snap Edict might also get me? Yeah. Because that might just be lethal because I didn't attack. Oh no, if I attacked, then my Ballista gets Edicted. Does this mean I have to, like, sack... I have to sack Ballista, right? Otherwise I just die. If I sack Prelate... yeah, we super die. So I just ping them 3 times. I might need to ping this Lily, because this thing's actually close to ulting. Clear Strix is a ping Lily. Strixes don't matter, right? I don't want to clear all the Strixes and ping Lily, because then I just lose the Sanctum Prelate. I need to keep 1 counter on the Ballista. I could, like, clear a zombie and ping the Lily. Shoot the Air Force. I guess the Air Force is what's clocking me, right? But then they can just buy back all the Strixes with the Lily. They want to ping the zombie, a zombie and a Liliana. Only a clock that evades Batterskull. My opponent buying back Strixes is not what I want to do right now. I'm killing a zombie and pinging the Lily. I also think I'm just going to attack into this Grave Titan. And then I can just, like, pick up and replay Batterskull. Why is killing a zombie good here? It's like, I think it's better than dealing them to. And it's better than killing these Strixes when my opponent can just minus this Lily 800 times. And just continually buy back Strixes and draw more cards. I guess my opponent can actually buy back this Grave Titan, can't they? That's probably not great for me. Oh, whoops, that was in damage. Not even worth playing Vile here. Entomb. What else do you got, opponent? And that Snapcaster was a rude draw. They just Entomb a Flooded Strand? So they have less dead draws. No, they're playing just Old Lily. Yeah, I think this GTA is like almost exactly one turn too late. We're at parity though, right? If they just ult the Lily? Because we can kill 2 zombies every turn by just attacking and GTAing down a zombie. Yeah. I guess I should have ported, but I'm actually like valuing my clock more than I value porting at this point. They have more spells to play. Yeah. Oh no, Ratchet Bomb! Shit. That was a good draw. That gives them like infinity zombies now. We can't stem the bleeding. Flicker was flies. That's not nothing. Please let me deal damage. Yes! Can we possibly win this game with this Flicker Wisp? Please don't counter my Flicker Wisp, opponent. No, Hardcast Force. They did let me attack, though, which is great. But I think we're still dead, right? Did I need to make, like, second Batterskull, perhaps? Like, have one with the holding a Batterskull and one holding just the sword? At least we get to know my opponent's entire deck for Game 3. So my opponent's planning on, like, bombing away the GTA or the sword, then? Animate dead, their Grave Titan again, and that's pretty bad. That's a lot of zombies that they get now. Draw like another Flicker Wisp still, right? Or another Flyer. Well, I think it was like that exact turn was the only one we could actually draw it. Wait. Oh yeah, it had damage marked on it. Oops. Oh well, that didn't do anything. I was thinking it did something, but I forgot it had damage marked on it, so it didn't actually matter. I would have needed to pump it or something. I'm just like doing shit to do shit at that point. Cataclysm might time them out. That's actually fair. Or them brainstorming might time them out. They just need to kill me. They just need to like turn their guys sideways, right? I don't even have like a 6/6 to block this. Just like no equip. Oh, I could have like played the Crocs and equip too. I'm just worried about clock at this point. They don't even attack? Are they just like waiting to make sure that they have lethal? Yeah. A little bit too late for our good friend Mother of Runes here. Wow, we got last hope. Maybe I should have moved the sword too. I think the mom was also lethal there, even if they blew up the sword. We had GT kill the snap and then pro black for lethal. They finally gonna lethal me here. It's like 40. That's a lot. Quickly take a snapshot here. I think this puts Stretch to shame. Alright, well, we got 3 minutes for game 3, which probably means that like me looking at their deck doesn't really matter. It's mostly a matter of not dying on turn 2 to like Griselbrand. But we do notably get to like take a good look at their deck. Which is just like a bunch of lilies. 2 lilies. Like, very minimal actual removal. Like, they had 2 Engineered Plagues, like, a Fatal Push that we saw out of, like, the 10 cards that we didn't get to see. They had, like, a Fatal Push, and or, like, 2 Fatal Pushes, an Edict, 2 Collective Brutalities, and, like, 2 Engineered Plagues as their main forms of hate. Also, we probably just want to bring in our Graveyard Hate. And our removal again. And also Chalices. And then also probably Relic Order. Suddenly we want to, like, re-sideboard a lot. Let's reassess where we are in this sideboard. I think we're just cutting at least GT from the Stoneforge package. I think we're just going to cut all the moms. My opponent doesn't have actually a lot of targeted removal. We're going to cut Cataclysms. Cut Ballista. Would not side in your Yard Hate. Yard Hate is like the only way we die in 3 minutes, right? My opponent's never going to kill me in 3 minutes. If we, like, can cast a Rest in Peace or a Surgical Extraction. The only way we lose is, like, oh, they made a turn on Griselbrand and we didn't have a Karakas hand. Revoker's actually surprisingly good, too, because they have some Lilianas and they're very light on removal. And you cut a bunch more cards, though. Probably cut some number of wisps. Yeah, we're honestly playing for time, and like we're the proactive deck, so we can actually kill them in 3 minutes. They can kill me in 3 minutes if they like cheese the win. What else do I want to cut? There's like no other cards I want to cut here. Do I just like go down to like 1 wisp? Spirit Keeper still seems great. Maybe I'm like boarding in too much removal, but I don't want to like die to Grave Titans. Cut more cards. Cut like another Stoneforge. Shaver Recruiter. Recruiter actually seems a little bit slow for this matchup, since this matchup's like weird and combo-y. Alright, that sideboarding's probably not precise, but I like Chalice a lot more against it. Like, I guess maybe not because they have Ratchet Bomb. We're just gonna Snap Keep. We have Karakas to beat a Grizzlebrand. We can't beat an early Grave Titan very well, but we also have like Port and Wasteland, and they're on a Moldavide. So we just need to play very fast. Don't want to show them Karakas till the last minute to force them to try to go for Grave Titan or something. Cutting Wisps never right. That's not true. You cut Wisps against like Storm and stuff. Ooh, second Vial, deal. Especially because they're not letting me port them. They could like just Entomb, bring back a Grizzle, or bring back a Grave Titan and just get me. I need to F6 or ignore these Aether Vial triggers so I can play faster. Strix, sure. Oh, okay, sure, yep. Put those triggers in stack, always yield. Yes, yes. God, why does it take so long? Sure, it's dead. Probably should have tapped the swamp instead of the island, but whatever. Need to stop porting. Porting seems like it's actually kind of relevant. I need to get these Vial triggers to stop being auto-stacked. Or not being auto-stacked. Tomb, sure. We have a Remorseful Cleric. Deep Analysis, sure. I don't really care if they cast Deep Analysis here. Recruit Stoneforge, that's probably not a bad idea. Just go get Sword, I'm busy. Yeah, Recruit Stoneforge is just lethal, right? They could have, like, another Fatal Push or something. But if they don't, they just die. Pity went to time like that. I mean, didn't really go to time. Like, we did have just, like, the nut draw versus my opponent's Mold of 5 as well. Also, just stop looking at... Nicely done. Also, while reading chat, yeah. I definitely ate up a little bit too much time in that game, too. I also didn't think we were going to lose, but I also made some, like, kind of loose plays. There were, like, several turns that I think I could have, like, finagled my way out of that game, too. Like, if I had moved the Jite to the mom... Oh, no, the Jite doesn't say... Never mind. I don't think I could have saved the mom. Because if I move the sword to the mom, my opponent blows up Ratchet Bomb, still kills it. If I move the Jite to the mom, the Lily still kills it. But... maybe I didn't, like, misplay horribly. The problem on 1 vs. 3 was definitely, like, kind of a toss-up. We didn't know everything that was in their deck. Especially, we didn't know that if they had, like, second Engineering Plague versus other possible options. So I think turning off cantrips was pretty valid there. But yeah, 4-1. Not bad. So we're going to play a little bit of another league here. Because that was, like, 2 matches, even though it felt... if it took an hour and a half. Because we played against Miracles and then whatever the heck that mess was. Oh, no return here. Yep. So we're going to play some number of extra matches here. I don't know how many. I didn't record any of this. I didn't record my Miracles match or that one. Miracles. I think I've played against, like, a deck similar to that. Maybe not. I played against Bug Reanimator once, apparently. According to my list. I'm going to put blue-black. Control / Reanimator, I guess. We won game 1 and game 3, lost game 2. Alright. Spreadsheet's back up to date. Scarab Gappy Talent Spirit Keeper. Wow. That's kind of a rude card. Don't want to play against that. You can Crocus Scarab God though, right? We won the die roll. Seems pretty solid. Hope we're playing against like a not combo. Even if we're playing against a combo deck, we have possibility of like turn 3 Thalia or something. If we get a land, but it's hard to pass up a hand with Aether Vial and a curve. Apparently my opponent might be playing Death Shadow, in which case this hand is just phenomenally better. Oh, okay, yep. The jig is up. My opponent's on Death Shadow. Thought sees me. Wow, shock pass. Deal. Also, don't think I'm going to cast any 2s into this. Nah. Hopefully we don't drop Batter's Blow next turn. Maybe I played Jite into it just to get through a daze. My opponent didn't have a 1 to cast, so I don't really mind them dazing this Jite too badly. Especially because we just have all of our other stuff going on. I think I am going to cast Jite into daze here. If they didn't cast, like, I guess they could have Brainstorm into daze, maybe, but it seems like a pretty inefficient use of Brainstorm. Our hand's pretty stacked against Shadow. Oh, no daze either. Don't get stubbed. Oh, man, that would have felt bad, actually. I didn't think about that. Getting my Jite stubbed. Just playing into this card that has almost no text against me. They gonna him me? Double Shadow? Him me hitting Stoneforge and Palace Jailer. Can't be Gurmag yet. Shadow. Sure. Well, equipment's really good again in this matchup, so guess I'm glad we have it all. God, do I cast my sword into this daze now? Do I just like keep casting stuff into this daze? They didn't have it last turn, and they didn't have stub last turn, and they didn't like cantrip or anything. They cycled a second Wraith and drew an extra card. They might have just not dazed. No, I don't think. I think they would have dazed the Jitte. We're just gonna fire off sword here. Nice. The gang's all here. What's this? The whole goal is Mirren. Yeah, like Recruiter for Mirren Crusader, and then they just immediately lose the game, right? Just with like infinite equipment in play. Opponent's brainstorms have been casted very interesting. Play around dead drop. I'm not gonna play around dead drop. My opponent does not have a dead drop in their deck. If they have a dead drop, then they can kill me. I will play around dead drop by the luxury of just having 3 to 4 creatures in play, because we'll have like Stoneforge plus Recruiter plus maybe like Batterskull. Well, that's kind of rude. I think I'm going to leave the Stoneforge in my hand. Because, maybe not. 5's a lot. I'm not sure if I value Stoneforge more than Recruiter. Putting Stoneforge into play means that they have to choose between Batterskull and Recruiter already. Yeah, I think I am gonna. If they wanna... They could also, I guess, Thoughtseize the Recruiter at that point, and then, like, Fatal Push. But... And then we still have Jailer to clean up the mess afterwards, so it's, like, not even the worst scenario. Which is Thoughtseize the Recruiter and then kill my Stoneforge afterwards. They take the Batterskull, deal. Oh, okay. They can also take the Recruiter, sure. And then also take the Jailer? Going to 2 seems risky. Okay. Well, that was... Alright, that was, like, the worst possible, and we could still just draw a land and just, like, murder them, but... We could also not draw a land, and then we just could die. Because we could just get hit once and die. Hopefully we just draw a land, though. Ooh. It's pretty good, too. What do I do here? Do I just, like, run into Daze for the upteenth time? By just, like, going and getting the Crusader right now and just putting it into play? Or do I plan on chump blocking with the Recruiter? Chump blocking is risky because we could just die to a removal spell. Alternatively, I could get, like, a deploy equip. Oh, yeah, I could just Violin not play the Crusader and suit it up. Oh, no, the suiting up doesn't do anything, right? It just chump blocks slightly better because I get GT counters. If they just have, like, 2 damage to themselves and a removal spell, we're still dying. Is what I'm concerned about, which is why we could just go get Crusader. I think I'm just going to cast... No, we're going to cast Crusader, I think. And the next turn we'll have Jailer. If they have a Daze or Force of Will for the Crusader, and then a removal spell for the Recruiter, then we die. Alternatively, I could get, like, a 1-drop here, like a Mom, and equip it, and just have 2 blockers instead of Jailer next turn. But I think the fact that my opponent hasn't had Daze for the past 900 turns means that they're going to continue to not have Daze. Walking Ballista is kind of tempting, but... Don't do it. Oh, well, they have Force. They could have Fetch Push now and kill me, but they only have 1 card in hand. And if they don't, if they can't, like, Fetch kill me, then we just have Lethal with Jailer. Who's this? Oh, is this Dismember? Fuck. Alright. We were dead any line we took then, besides, like, the Mom line. That's kind of obnoxious. The mom line is the only thing that puts me not dead to exactly dismember at that point. Alright, so this matchup, we need these cards, I think. And I always like look at Chalice and think about it. Maybe Chalice is going like the play, bad on the draw. Ballisto's correct. Ballista doesn't do anything either, right? I mean, it creates another blocker. I don't think any of those lines were like necessarily more or less correct than the other. They can still just force the Ballista. I guess they could have also just forced the Mom, right? So none of my lines really worked out. None of my lines were beating Force plus Dismember. Yeah, I would need an uncounterable guy. I literally could not beat the cards in their hand with the decisions that I made, so that's fine. They want a life, though? Yeah, they could just force will the Ballista, though. Like, in that scenario, my Ballista has been countered, and they're at 1 life. And they would have been at 2 life if they didn't force the Ballista, so I couldn't just, like, ping them with the Ballista and kill them. There was no... We took a line that I think was probably fine. There's an argument for, like, taking a Mother of Runes and, like, equipping one of my creatures, just to make sure I don't die to Dismember, specifically. Or Dismember plus Counterspell. No, we're always dead to Counterspell, right? We don't lose to Daze with the Mother of Runes line. So I guess maybe it was like best to go get a 2-drop. Remorseful Cleric, maybe? Maybe Remorseful Cleric was the right line, because Remorseful Cleric's just lethal. You don't need Crusader. So I think Remorseful Cleric might have been better to play around Daze. And you just like equip that with a sword and attack them for lethal the next turn, even if they're still at 4. Especially just because we had the Jailer to follow up there. What's the last card I'm cutting? Thalia. Cut a bunch of 1s in this matchup because they have infinite Dread of Knights. Kind of want Chalices on the play, I think. Maybe not. I'm not sure if I like Chalice in the Death Shadow matchup, but it's the matchup where it's the Delver matchup where I like Chalice the most, so I think I'm going to keep testing it. I want to cut Cleric or more Wisps. Just need to shave down on X1s in my deck. I think this is fine. I'll try that. Chalice always good. Yeah, Chalice is never not good. It's so good against Legacy, so I should just always board it in. I was thinking about trying the Ancient Tomb. That's what I was considering before I started the stream. Sounds pretty decent. They have 3 threats. Yeah, they have like Gurmags and Lilies as their only like actual scary cards with Chalice, and sometimes they don't even have the answer to Chalice if they brought in like their Ratchet Bombs or whatever. Unfortunately, it does turn off like your Plows, which are really good in the matchup as well, but put a Mulling to 5. It's a pretty good hand against a Mull to 5. Plains Vial, go. What does the opponent have? Fetch Shock Cantrip, Fetch Shock Delver. Thoughtseize, yep. Probably taking Plow here. And it is pretty mopey without this Plow. Fortunately, that they also know that I have double Caracas in my hand, so they're not gonna like wasteland me anymore. They're not gonna wasteland me on turn 1, so that's why I didn't lead with the Caracas there. There's also like I'd like to cast a 2-drop more than I like my opponent to just blind wasteland me on turn 1. Like if your opponent goes Caracas Vial, I don't think your play is wasteland them go on turn 1. It's like that's a very good way to lose a game. This game, when did you lose? Yeah, we lost by like super narrow margins. lost to, like, what was it, like, double Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Dismember, Force to back up their Death Shadow. We could, if they had, like, one less of those interaction pieces, we could have won. Especially, like, the exact Dismember at the end to both put their Death Shadow into lethal range and kill my blocker before we untapped and could Jailer it. I don't know why they know every card in my hand. I don't know why I'm not F6ing here. Sure, Delver. The least scary card in Death Shadow decks. I don't even know what I want to draw here. That's a pretty good one, I would say. I'm just going to cast Revoker. I don't really care if it gets dazed. I'm not going to, like, play my Karakas to play around it. Liliana, the Last Hope. Is this going to flip? They brainstormed, right? No, they brainstormed and they fetch, so it's not guaranteed to flip. Oh, I'm locked out of Streamlabs. Hang on, I gotta figure out what... Are you kidding me? Streamlabs, what are you doing? You mean authorize? Been logged into Streamlabs for a year. There we go. Wait, no, it's 4 days ago Booloid followed. I missed a notification. And I apologize, but thank you for the follow that was probably happened. Let's see if I can refresh and fix this. I don't know what the issue is. Well, this is fine. No. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Oh, there it is. Asum? I don't know how to pronounce that. Also, I missed Tannhauser23 a couple hours ago. Thank you for the follows, I appreciate it. Attack, do it! I don't have it. Oh, man. That was such a good... Do I want Jite or Sword here? I guess I want Sword. Don't kill it. If they kill it, then they should have attacked, right? Because then they could have just Fatal Pushed out of the way and they just, like, got a free damage in there. I figured they didn't have a removal spell because they made that choice. But whatever. Chalice. Oh, seems pretty good here. This Delver is like a 7-turn clock. We'd probably find something before then. Especially with a Vial on 3 and 2, we just need to find, like, a creature in 7 turns. Flips off Reanimate. Well, there's nothing scary to reanimate, I guess, besides Straight Wraith. And also it's locked out by Chalice. Could, like, Gurmag me, which would be horrifying, but... We're, of course, going to draw Swords of Plowshares. That's how I do. Close to just playing this Batterskull at some point. We're just going to draw land for the next 6 turns and die to an Insectal Aberration. My opponent's never going to cast another spell. Didn't I? Oh, no, I did. I always forget I have to click on those, even if I auto-yield. I think the Death Shadow matchup is a lot harder than everyone claimed. Oh, yeah, see, this is what I was talking about when we were draw. I think it's a lot easier than most of the Delver matchups, besides Rogue, obviously. I mean, no Delver matchup is free, because Delver decks can always just Delver you. Like what happened to us during Game 1, where they just like play a single threat and then just counter or kill everything you try to do, and clock you over X turns. But I think in terms of Delver decks, I'm much more happy to play against this than like Grixis. And like winning Game 1 is very likely. So you only have to win one post-board game, even if they board in a pile of Dread of Knights. Wasteland me. Maybe they forgot I have Caractacus in my hand. It's Lily. Clock. If it's Lily, the clock is no faster than Delver already is, yeah. So don't really care about this that much. They could like buy back their Street Wraith and cast it next turn if they have a 5th land. They have Dread Knight, 2 Lilianas, Trade Name, Marsh Galaxies, and 2 Edicts. I mean, there are like decks that board in that kind of crappy normally, right? And it's just like, okay, they took out their bad cards and played better cards, but a lot of our cards are still just very good against them. And you only have to win one of the 2 post-board games a lot of the time, because your Game 1 matchup is so much better. Also, they're not on like 3 Dread of Knights, so arguably better, because I'd rather play against like Marsh Galaxies and Edict and True Name than I would against triple Dread of Knights. Opponent, come back. Where are you? There we go. God, clicking on vials is the bane of my existence. Worst thing to come out of the Targeting Hats update. You know, I said we were just going to draw like 7 lands as this Delver slowly kills me, but I didn't mean it. I didn't want to mean it, at least. Literally, like, any creature in our deck would be pretty good here. Not the usual trajectory of getting Delvered. So, I mean, sometimes you just, like, draw garbage. Notably, if we hadn't Chaliced, assuming that they, like, didn't draw a bunch of 1-drops and this Chalice isn't actively preventing them from, like, making more threats, and, like, also turning off our plow here, like, they're still lilying me and we're still, like, flooding out horribly. Tap file after they attack. Like, what are they gonna do? What is that? Does that make them make a different decision? My opponent didn't wasteland me, so maybe we can actually just cast this Batterskull. Maybe they don't have a Daze. I assumed my opponent was going to wasteland the Batterskull, or wasteland the port, because they knew I had Batterskull in hand, but hopefully it gets us somewhere. They probably have, like, Dismember for my Germ, though. Scare them. Scare them doesn't do anything, though. Like, if there's, like, a tactical advantage to it, I'll consider it. Like, activating Vials at end of turn, like, trying to make your opponent cast Stifles or whatever, but once they attack with Insectile Apparition and we activate a Vial, they can no longer make a decision that, like, matters relevantly involving the Vial. So, like, you make them sweat, sure, but it's just not worth it. Especially on Moto, where your time is actually worth something. Vial bluffs are, like, my least favorite thing about this deck, personally. Buy back a Street Wraith. Sure. Cycling Street Wraith. Look, they're desperate. And for some reason just didn't wasteland me. Hope they get punished. Now they wasteland, sure. Well, we're probably just gonna equip and attack, and hope my opponent doesn't have something. They need Dismember. Or, like, Snuff Out if that's in their deck. I guess Edict would also do it at this point. Sniff out one more. Doesn't it only cost 4 life? Oh no, it's non-black. Yeah, never mind. It's a Doomblade. Ooh, Recruiter. So now we can even, like, recruit Cleric and block this Insect Elaboration if need be. So we're just gonna equip and attack and hope for the best. I'm gonna kill the Lily. If this thing connects, then gaining 6 life is just already gonna beat the Delver. And taking the Lily off the board is more important for my Recruiter. Like, I could've... Oh, no, I could just attack them and kill them. They're at 6. Never mind, we're gonna take their face. Hey, we did it! I never pay attention to Death Shadows players' life totals. I always assume they're just, like, players are at reasonable life totals because I've never attacked them the whole game, but sometimes Death Shadow's just like, oh, wait, they're dead to, like, my one creature that I played this game. Cool. And that's why... That game right there is why Delver is just, like, the actual worst threat in that deck. Like, Delver's the least scary card in their whole deck, I think. In terms of, like, their actual, like, things that have text and matter in the matchup. Like, Delver is a threat, but it is so slow compared to, like, Gurmag Angler and Death Shadow that you have so much time to just do other things. Like, we literally sat for 5 turns and did nothing, and they just attacked me with a Delver, and then they just lost. And we did do the math. Success. I think I want to cut Chalice on the draw. Chalice is, like, really weird in this matchup. Maybe Chalice is still okay, but Chalice when you're in the back foot is really shitty. Like, if they already have a Death Shadow or, like, a Delver and you're in a lower life total in play, you don't want to actively Chalice them because you want to be fighting your reactive cards. So there's a chance I could cut Chalices and bring back in some number of, like, Wisp, Thalia, Mother of Runes type stuff. Not 100% on that, though. Also, they might bring in, like, anti-Chalice of the Void stuff. If they bring in Throne of Geth. If they're still on that terrible tech, then it's just hilarious. I think I just want to do that. I like Chalice phenomenally less on the draw. But I still need to, like, test this matchup a lot more extensively if I'm going to determine that for certain. I'm going to keep this. But I'm only getting to 6, too. We have double Vial. We have, like, a castable thing, too. It's like, they would need to, like, Thoughtseize me, take a Vial, and then daze my other Vial. And then we would also need to not draw a white source on their Mold of 6. I got a Delver. Next turn, or they cast Null Rod on turn 2. Thoughtseize Vial, break up. Yeah, they'd have to Thoughtseize Vial and then daze my second Vial, and then we also break on Plains. Or they Null Rod me, but Null Rod's not exactly common tech in this deck. It's not like I'm going to mold a 6 out of fear of Null Rod on my opponent's mold a 6. One's at 10. They're going to Death Shadow me? Yup. Oh, man. Wow, I wish I had a white source and a plow. But I have neither. I'm probably just going to get flattened. Because this is how you die to Death Shadow starts. Is they just, like, get out from under you with a bunch of threats really quickly. So we can try to get to the stage of the game where I think we just need a Path of Death Shadow here. We try to get to the stage of the game where we can, like, Jailer, like, another Death Shadow, but then we have to deal with a Delver. We'd have to find another answer for that. So we're going to Path on Sorcery Speed so I can also cast this Vial. Because they don't really usually have a basic in their deck. I don't think we saw one game 1. Because I don't want to get dazed, so I want to cast the Path first. I enjoy seeing Shadow built like this. These are playing effectively the same strategy minus trample. You can't play more than 2 cards. This is only purpose to be a kill spell. So it's kind of fair. Death Shadow is like much less egregious Alright, they hit a reanimate. That's bad, because now they just reanimate Street Wraith and just flatten me. What if they just have lethal? Wait. No, I wear a 19. It's not lethal, but... Is this post-combat reanimate? Because that seems kind of loose. I'll gain 5 life, I guess, if you insist, opponent. Oh no, Delver, that's not good. Feel like we're pretty dead here. Plow. That does something. We're less dead than we were a second ago. I think we're still pretty dead. Because these Delvers are just going to kill me now. Like, we won't even be able to block these. We'll go to 4. We'll untap, and we will just be straight up dead. I guess we draw, like, exactly Flicker Wisp to save us. The other line is, like, Plow and Insectile Aberration, but then my opponent has Reanimate Street Wraith and have a scary, scary Death Shadow. Thing is, like, my plan is hope they don't flip this Delver here. Alright, let's see what they show me on this Delver here. Brainstorm, that's not good. Means we're probably dead. Do we need to draw, like, Flicker Wisp? Or Recruiter could possibly do it. We're pretty dead here. We're just, like, going to 4. I suppose we could just draw another removal spell. And buy some amount of time. But the Brainstorm means they could even reset a Delver if we, like, Jailer a Delver here. And then they tag me down to 1 and get their other Delver back. Then, like, the Brainstorm would make it so that they could flip and have 2 lethal threats again. We have Flicker Wisp as our big out. Flicker Wisp or Recruiter for Wisp. And pray Recruiter doesn't get countered. Removal spell into... I guess, like, Plow would actually be great, right? Like, Plow, go down to 1, then, like, Jailer this other thing. And then Pray. But we only have, like, 3 more removal spells on deck. Ooh, Angler sucks a lot. So we can block that. But we need, like, a pretty precise top deck here to survive. Not a good top deck, but it lets us live for a turn. We could also draw, like, a 2 or 3 here off of my Monarch trigger. Oh, ho, 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 ho. We have a plan. We have a plan in motion. So the greedy line is, like, Violent Wisp, flicker my Jailer, right? And then just block the Insectile Aberration. Jailer comes back and just eats the Gurmag. That's so greedy. Like, I just died a removal spell at that point. Is that, like, the best line, though? Is that honestly like my line that's most likely to win? They have 2 cards in hand. How am I beating this Gurmag? It's greedy, but it might be right. It's the greedy play because it could also cost us the game that we might be able to win otherwise. But I think it might still be correct. They would need exactly Dismember, too, or, like, Snuff Out if that's in their deck or something, because they can't Fatal Push it. They don't have Revolt on yet. Yeah, we're gonna Chump Block the Angler. We're gonna go for the greedy line. Please don't kill me. I don't like this pause. I think this does give us the best avenue towards victory, but also opens the window for my opponent to just kill me this turn. Or not kill me this turn, but basically kill me this turn. Let me go to blocks, let me go to blocks, let me go to blocks. Oh, nice. I think I'm keeping her on Revoker rather than Thalia. I think Revoker is more important if my opponent has, like, Lily. I guess if they have Lily, they can't really cast it. Revoker's better against, like, I don't know. They have a Reanimate in their hand, actually. They're gonna... Hang on, this Delver's gonna die. And they could Reanimate their Delver, which could be kind of scary. Then I just exile that with the thing. I think I'm gonna block with the Thalia. I want the Reanimate to cost 2. The Reanimate's actually scary. Yeah, because they can't, like, land Lily me here. But they could Reanimate Delver. Am I supposed to eat the Delver and hope to find an answer to Gurmag in 2 turns? If they reanimate it here? Just, like, eat the Delver with the Palace Jailer coming back? Is my opponent reanimating their Delver? I think I do need to eat this Delver, right? Oh, Fatal Push Thalia. They did have Fatal Push, that's funny. So we gotta play around Fatal Push with our line, because if we, like, Flicker Wisp their Delver... They're reanimating my Wisp. Oh, that's kind of scary, actually. That's like a flipped Delver already. I mean, I can't do anything about it. What happens if I Jailer this? Can I read the text on Palace Jailer? So once I lose Monarchy, I get my Wisp back? So yeah, I think I'm just gonna Jailer this Wisp, right? The only way I lose Monarchy right currently is this Gurmag murdering me, though, but... I think I am just Jailering this Wisp. We get like 4 draws to find an answer to this Gurmag, though. We have a lot of answers for this Gurmag in my deck at this point. Yeah, that Vial. He didn't have anything else to flicker, right? There's nothing else on board to flicker. Like, the Gurmag? Eh. Take you off of mana-producing lands, I guess. Could prevent Flicker Design and preventing you targeting with Jailer due to trigger stacking. Yeah, but I'm not going to target... I think they would like me to target the Angler, right? Because then they can kill me with the Wisp. Like, I'm pretty priced into targeting Wisp there, I think. Alright, we got 2 draws here. That's not one of them. I'm gonna leave up... instead of casting Sword, I'm just gonna leave up white mana in case we draw, like, another Plow or Path. Alright, deal. Notably, that the line that I just took is worse if that happens. Super Soldier Stompy donation list for Bale. Probably not. Is Hero of Bladehold even a soldier? Yama Killer, thanks for the host. I appreciate it. Hello, all of Yama Killer's viewers. My name is XJ Cloud. We're playing some Legacy Death and Taxes right now. Having a very stressful game against Blue-Black Shadow here. So now we're going to cast it. We have to block here, though. I'm actually like pretty punished for not casting it last turn, because I could actually trade with the Gurmag if I had played it last turn. But I think giving myself more outs to not dying was probably better. We get like 3 more draws to find an answer to this. Or like more chump blockers. Alright, that's a good one. I just block with this Wisp, right? Because I still have, like, Batterskull in my deck. We'll just make it right now, just to make sure. I guess this is worse against... it's not that much worse against Thoughtseize. Yeah, so Batterskull in my deck, we're good. So I die to, like, land push if I just put in Batterskull and equip, right? But it's probably my best line still. I guess I don't necessarily die as well. Could just cast Skull, but it seems bad. Especially because we also get another Monarch draw. Nope. Alright, we're dead to land push. Oh no. Oh no. No, we tried so hard. Oh no, it's just Shadow. Oh, thank God, we're alive. Had me sweating there. Holy crap. I thought we were absurdly dead. Oh, geez, we have a Plow, too. We just Plow Gurmag, kill the Death Shadow, attack them for 1,000,000. Caskull? I guess that does play around the days, but then I like... Alright, so they did a Force. Neat. So now I can just attack with this Germ, right? And they can double block? Then we're still very fine. We just killed the Death Shadow. They can't not block because they die to the trigger. Kill his Death Shadow. Gain a bajillion life. Just play Ballista for 2 to block the Gurmag next turn. And then next turn I can like pick up, put down Batterskull again. I guess Ballista for 1 plus Port might actually be better. Alright. Yeah, this game's over. Get Thali. We have a lot of options here. All the roads lead to Rome. Just ping their face. They get Wasteland made preventing from equipping. They're still dead, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're dead. Just go get any 2. We did it! We won! This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, any 2 seals the deal here. Go get Thaliax, why not? Oh man. Oh, that was a toughie. That was a tough one. Blue-black Death Shadow. We lost game 1. We won game 2 and 3, which is very abnormal. That was the first game 1 I've lost against Death Shadow. After that's the 10th match of Death Shadow I've played. I will play one more match, I think. I'm like pretty tired. I'm streaming for I guess like almost 2.5 hours, which is my usual stream length. Whew. And a lot of these games have taken a lot out of me. We've only played 3 matches, but they've all been very long and like very deep in terms of. I guess our Miracles match wasn't actually that long or deep. We kind of got flattened pretty hard. But these past 2 matches, that Jailer just fucking dug me out of a hole. Jesus, that Jailer was so good. There were a couple turns there where we needed to draw perfect, and we actually just drew pretty close to perfect. My opponent's probably pretty frustrated about that loss, notably. But we got pretty unlucky, or I guess we didn't get that unlucky. My opponent had a very good hand and draws for game 1, so you win some, you lose some. Sometimes your opponent has good draws, sometimes you have good draws. That's magic. God, I like 100% thought they had Fatal Push when they went land, and they immediately tapped it for a black man. I was like, oh my god, we're so dead. I might have been right to cast the Batterskull there. He's planning on chump blocking with the Stoneforge. If they have Fatal Push in that scenario, though, we still die, right? They Fatal Push the Germ, attack me, I'm forced to block with Stoneforge, and then I just have nothing again. I can't like pick up and replay the Batterskull. I just have to like hit something on 2 draws. So if they have land Fatal Push, I don't think that line's that much better. This hand's pretty good. Keep. Have a 1 into a 2. Marsh Flats. Don't see that every day. Oh, is this just Death Shadow again? I guess Marsh Flats is fine if you just need to fetch land that finds black mana. This doesn't actually matter, right? They only play UCs and Watery Graves, so you can play any blue or black fetch. Luckily, our hand is very good against Game 1 Death Shadow. Yeah, exactly. A hand that kills Shadow. Mom, Thalia, Flicker Wisp is very good in the Shadow matchup. Sure, daze me. We have plenty of cards you need to daze if, like, Thoughtseize me. That'd be kind of annoying. Yeah. Take Thalia. I wonder if I revoke her or I just port. Why is this? Oh, so if you bring up chat, it just stays there until you put it back, even through matches. They did not shuffle on their Ponder. Ooh, Stoneforge. I think I'm just gonna jam that. What would I jam it for, though? Jamming for Batterskull feels loose when my opponent has a cast a removal spell yet, and they're on 5 cards in hand. Just cast it for, like, Sword or Jite, but those cards are, like, a lot more dopey. Jite's not bad. I don't think I want to port them anymore with the Stoneforge in hand. I think I'm jamming this. JJ seems okay. Assuming this resolves. They might have, like, second daze or force. Yeah, second daze, sure. Our hand and game plan are not playing around daze, so I think I'm just forced to jam into it repeatedly. Death Shadow, huh? Ooh, Recruiter for Mirren Crusader seems pretty good. I don't hate that plan. Playing proactively here is how you lose. I don't think that's necessarily true. I have no reason to believe that they would miss a land drop if I port them. And, like, time walking myself to just take them off of one of their 2 lands against a deck that can pretty easily operate off of 1 land doesn't necessarily seem like the right play. Especially when we have a lot of, like, very dazeable cards in our hand. Like, we're not going to be playing around daze the whole game, or we could just easily get flattened by, like, a very aggressive start. So I think this one's just, like, grab Crusader, hope for not Thoughtseize. We have 3 cards in our yard. Hell, Spirit Keeper's almost good. Because that's the plan if they Thoughtseize me, if they Thoughtseize my Crusader away, we can Flicker away and go get Hell Spirit Keeper. Takes off land of players on days. Yeah, exactly. But, like, I don't know how important taking them off of a land is. And playing around daze after they daze me once. Like, there's... Like, my opponent could have easily just not dazed. Okay, get port. They can, like, play Death Shadow still. And then I just have an extra land, I guess? And if they don't have a daze, I just time walk myself for no reason? Like, making them have it is definitely not an unreasonable line. They could force me here. It's just that's about their only line. Yep. Sure. We have like Flicker Wisp Recruiter to go get Spirit Keeper at this point. I don't want to attack because I don't want to accelerate their clock. But I'm also not blocking. Wasteland me, sure. Puts me into 3rd daze range. It's going to take 5 here. That's scary. Stoneforge is nice. think I do just need to set up Hallowed Spirit Keeper, though. Could go get, like, Jailer, but that's a lot worse when my opponent has 2 Death Shadows now. Spirit Keeper makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spirits. Spirit Keeper would set up lethal. I think I'm blocking one of these. Just taking from the other. Oof. That's a pretty good draw. I don't know. Actually, do I want to plow these? Like, we could just die to this. Oh, no, we're not dead to this Delver. This Delver's a 1. Yeah, never mind. We're just gonna fucking plow the shit out of these Death Shadows. Just block the Delver with the Flicker Wisp. We have Stoneforge for fuck all. They can't even, like, they'd have to find Dismember. Yeah, they super dead. Actually, no, we'll just cast the Stoneforge. What am I doing? We just get to, I guess it doesn't matter which one we do. We just go get, like, Batterskull or whatever. Street Wraith, I guess. Maybe name the main deck Liliana Blast Hope, but Wraith is probably just a better name. Flip off of Daze, sure. Daze is not very good right now. I'll block. Deal. Our Spirit Keeper now makes effectively 9 million spirits. Let's go get Batterskull. Yeah, this game's over. This game is super over. We did it! Man, that was a good plow. I think we might have been able to win even, like, through the Swords of Plowshares with our Hallowed Spirit Keeper. I'm not positive, though. Port them, because why not? Sure. This game is super over. It's like nothing my opponent can have at this point. That beats, like, Hallowed Spirit Keeper for 9 million spirits, Batterskull. Sure, Delver me. You got it, boss. Is this concession? Nope. Playing on, alright. I will attack you with all of my creatures. Not quite lethal. I'm going to turn them... I guess I'm only turning half of them sideways. What do you reveal off of your... Reveal Ponder? Sure. Port F6. It's gotta be the world's greatest Ponder. They didn't shuffle. Must have been a good Ponder. Yeah, they're dead. Got him good. That was a real good Swords of Plowshares draw. But like I said, I think we had a chance of still winning that. Just with like Spirit Keeper block, make a bunch of spirits we might have been able to attack for lethal in the air. Not sure. I didn't like 100% hash out that math. Like I did last time, I think I'm just gonna only board in Chalice when I'm on the play. So shave down on a bunch of things that to bite it to Dread of Night. But Flicker Wisp is still good at blocking Delver and stuff. Thalia, I think, is better than Mother of Runes. Yeah, looks fine. I'm very tired. Not bringing in Priest as a 2/2. Priest is that's not a good idea. That's a bad idea. I'd rather have X1s with text than like 2/2s that are like genuinely don't have text. Relic Order is defensible because they board in Dread of Night almost every time, and oftentimes have like Ratchet Bomb or Engineered Explosives or something as well. So Relic Order definitely has targets, and it also has 2 toughness, which makes it not shitty into a Dread of Night. So it's gas. Generally in this matchup post board, you just want to cut down on a lot of your X1 creatures, X1 white creatures specifically, because Dread of Night is like one of the only ways that they get to steal games from you. Sure, Delver. Ooh, good pickup. No Days for my Vial is also excellent. Flipping Delver off Fatal Push. Him? Yep. Hit both my 2s, nice. Just how I like it. I guess we're just going to Wasteland Plow and cast and then use the Wasteland. I don't love plowing Delvers in this matchup because the other threats are just so much more actually concerning. But I think in this instance it's probably correct. They're pretty far away from Gurmag and Death Shadow at this point, especially because we're like also choking them on mana. Clearly I should have let a Wasteland. Yeah, misplay. Didn't consider drawing second Wasteland. Yeah, I don't know. I think Death Shadow like capitalized on a lot of like Grixis and combo decks, and it never really like burst into tier 1. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Burst into tier 1 as like a deck that is continually putting up like good tournament results, because after the Pro Tour it didn't really actually do a whole lot. Oh, we're playing this game. I think I have better top decks than my opponent does. God, I hate stupid manual vial stacking. Not the worst card I've ever drawn. Definitely not exactly helpful right now, but it might be cast, assuming my opponent finds a land. Yeah, I'll take it. It's a clock. Get my beat down on. Gonna do this in their second main, so we don't have to flicker one of our own permanents for too long. Goodbye, Snow-Covered Plains. Hello, Snow-Covered Plains. Oh, jeez. That's just rude. I gotta do him like that, deck. least it's not like a third wasteland. Port's like marginally better for them, assuming they ever find a land. Hey, they did it. They can play like a Gurmag Angler before getting this land ported down for the rest of time. They could also play a 1/1 Death Shadow. Oh, that's rude. I see no benefit to deploying a 3/1 as the control. Well, because they're just gonna die, right? Because they have no permanents in play, and I want to clock them. That's pretty good. Pretty good draw. Above average. Actually, I don't even know if that's above average. What does my average draw look like? I guess average draw is only slightly better than a land, just because there's so many lands in the deck. So it's probably an above average draw. Brainstorm. Nice. Just go get Batterskull, beat their face in some more. Maybe they just didn't find a land. That'd be great. Well, it's kind of finding a land. Unlock their Watery Grave. Getting a Jailer now would be pretty sweet. That'd just be mean. Also, I'd like to have to wait a turn, because I'm probably not ticking these vials up. Let's go get the Beaskull. Jesus. Having some hot draws here. Opponent is very, very dead. Go get, like, Mirran Crusader, murder them even more. Sure, Death Shadow. You got it. You have a 1/1. Could have saved Port with the Flicker Wisp. Yeah, or they could have been, like... the Port doesn't matter, and they're also about to die. Like, I wanted to kill them while they had no permanents in play. I don't care enough about the Port to, like, hold it to protect it from a wasteland that they might never draw because they have no lands in play. Am I even getting Mirran Crusader? Am I just, like, getting Flicker Wisps? I guess Flicker Wisp is bad if they have, like, Dread of Night. I should probably just get Mirran Crusader. Wait, is my Mirran Crusader dead? Did I get, like... I'm just blind? No, it's right there. Yeah, I'm just blind. What you got, opponent? Aight. Some real good draws. I play this deck, but I don't draw like you. These have been some obscene draws. Granted, I think with, like, worse draws, we were still, like, very far ahead in this game, but, like, that was still a really rude series of top decks. Like, a Wisp, Stoneforge, like, Plow, Second Plow, Recruiter, like, those top decks were fucking nuts. But we've played only 4 games today, so I'm actually, like, even more off than I was before. I was trying to, like, because I didn't play through the whole league on Friday, and that threw off my whole rhythm of where I am in leagues and how much I'm streaming. But I've been streaming for a long time. Those have been a lot of long games, so I'm gonna end the stream here and hopefully eventually even out these dang leagues. Maybe, like, by next Friday. But anyway, find someone to host. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out today. Hope you had fun. There was a lot of enjoyable Magic to be had here. Oh wow, there are a lot of legacy streamers today. Oh, the guy Garuk is streaming. The guy that we played in round 1. That's funny. Anyway, I gotta update my spreadsheet. Alright, crush Death Shadow. We're now 10-1 against Death Shadow. Jesus. But anyway, we're gonna host Monkeys Can't Cry. I believe I played Monkeys Can't Cry in the quarterfinals of the challenge that I played in. Looks like he's playing. God, what is the shit is that? Whatever. I know it's Monkeys Can't Cry. I was gonna host someone else, but I played this guy. He was on Ant in the quarterfinals of the Legacy Challenge. So cool dude. So thanks everybody for coming and hanging out today. Hope you had a good time. If you want to support the channel, you liked what you saw today, you want to see more, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. Follows are totally free, help you know when I'm going live, help other people find my content, all that good stuff. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thalia emote and Thraben subscription badge in the chat. And donations go towards the donation deck list up top. Or if you want to donate towards your own deck list that you want to see, specialize in Death and Taxes Z decks, so just talk to me about it beforehand. Other than that, you can subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Twitter. YouTube, links for both of those are down below. YouTube is where I post all my streams after they're done being live, so there's a ton of archived footage for Death and Taxes there. And Twitter is where I post when I'm going live, other Magic-related stuff. Anyway, that will be it for today's stream. Hope to see you guys all tomorrow. Have a good one, y'all.